Youth sports are in the midst of a crisis, according to data released by the Aspen Institute. Declining participation rates have been plaguing high schools across the country for the last decade. We have District Wire's Joe Riley in studio with us, along with Adrian Crutchfield, a high school coach, to discuss the ongoing crisis. Hey, Joe.
Thanks, Janice. Today I'm here with Coach Adrian Crutchfield of DeMatha Catholic Youth Athletics. So, Adrian, I don't know if you've heard, but there's recent data out. Young kids' participation in youth sports has declined like 8% since 2008, and children from low-income households are actually half as likely to play a full day of team sports as opposed to their higher-income counterparts. So, you're a coach. Have you noticed any of these declining participation trends?
I definitely have. I've noticed that a lot of kids now prefer to be on like Game Boys or handheld devices. So I think that they prefer to get the finger exercise, not as much as going out and participating. And with the price of sports now being so expensive, I can understand that being a factor. I mean, just with my team alone, some trips may cost kids $300 to $400, and we do those trips almost 2 to 3 times a month. So it is costly to participate in those sports.
Yeah. So President Trump has shown a recent interest in promoting youth participation in team sports. And actually Lou Ferrigno, is the Incredible Hulk in like the 70s or 80s, is rumored to be taking a job as the head of his like fitness council. What do you think are ways that like we can get people more interested in, or get kids more interested in taking part in these team sports?
Well, I think just showing them the overall fun of it. It's not always about being competitive. There are rec sports that allow kids just to participate for the fun of it, not to really compete on a higher level. But then also for those kids who are looking at competing at a higher level, making sure that they know that these could actually pay for them to go to school one day. So instead of being lazy, maybe getting out and practicing for 30 minutes could eventually help pay for school.
For sure. And what are some of the other benefits? Like, why play team sports? Like, why? What are the benefits of it?
Well, besides just being physically in shape, I think you grow so many characteristics outside of just the home, where you learn to be a team player, what true dedication is, just like overall your people skills, because you have to interact with different people, different coaches, different styles, things like that. So it actually builds you as a person, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, physically, things like that.
So you've been in sort of like organized sports. Do you think, this data is based on organized high school sports. Do you think kids are still very active in just getting active and playing amongst themselves, just like outside?
For the group of kids that I coach now, I would say no. The only time they get together and I would say play, if you could call it, is when they're working out with each other outside of just practice. But it's not like when we were younger, let's go play tag or, Frisbee, things like that. Now they're actually just working out as opposed to just playing.
Okay, well, thanks a lot for joining us. Thanks for the interview. For more information on youth athletics, you can visit the Department of Health and Human Services website at hss.gov. Thanks again for joining us.
No problem, thank you.
Back to you, Courtney.
Coming up, find out the hottest athletic fashion trends and where they can be purchased. All this and more when District Wire News Special Edition returns.